Hello, bonjour, and welcome back. You probably didn't even leave anyway. But in any case, I'm back to join you on the third part of Rufus' journey with this developer's commentary. Yeah, the thing with strategies is, besides that they always come in threes, you also have to consider the people who didn't play the first or second part. Despite that fact, I wanted a fast-paced intro this time around, even if there was a lot of stuff going on in the two previous parts. The challenge here was to decide if I wanted a fast introduction without a lengthy cinematic wrapping everything up, and we found a good funny solution for that in part 2, but with the third part I wanted to dive head front into the action. That's why I plan to divide the first chapter a bit to let the player get used to Rufus and the action, but we still get some info out of that first intro cutscene. We had a first glance at Elysium. I hope you liked it up there. I thought it was a pretty smart move to have a peek at Elysium before the story unravels, and even if it just was to show that it is in fact something worth all the struggle Rufus put up down there. Another challenge, how do I transport that message? Because if everything up there is nice and clean and all those people wear their fancy clothes, why the hell would someone like Rufus think it's appealing to be there? That's why I decided to portray Elysium as a great theme park, a giant playground where Rufus would definitely feel comfortable. Yeah, and that's how I came up with the intro. But now we'll of course move on with the story. The next outrageous thing throwing you right into the plot is pulling the rug from under Rufus' feet. We scrap Bozo's trawler. Yay! But maybe we can turn the tide. Give it a try. I'll be right back.
Hey, Doc. How's it going?
Rufus, the cutter is breaking apart. You've got to do something, and I certainly don't mean chat.
Yeah. So, what else is happening? Definitely a feast for the eyes. We should dig in before they do. There's time to tell him everything later, once I find out who's responsible for this mess.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yeah, but I only looked. It wasn't me who burnt it. Oh, crap. I guess this means Bozo will finally accept the fact that he needs a new cutter. Oh, Rufus, you were so right. You are such a good friend. Ha, it's his own fault. What a lard bag.
Being the young fool I am, I didn't think it would be too great an effort to show the trawler from this perspective as well. I just wanted to establish this trawler is seriously wrecked. We see the whole scope of how hard it's been hit. The hatch is torn, the other half of the ravaged bridge is over there. It's somehow stuck to the cargo area, sundered. And since we already have drawn the ship from that perspective, I figured, well, can't be too hard. As a matter of fact, though, the background artist who stepped in here, since the screen wasn't in the pool of backgrounds Micha did anymore, almost painted himself to death. Turned out really nice, though. He did all those clouds, and every single one of them, he'll be remembered as a hero. The rails, the animations, that's also, I mean, it kind of swooshes by very fast, but take a closer look. It has this vast amount of textures and is so very, very detailed. Utter insanity to put that much effort in such a short scene you click through anyway. Enjoy that screen while it lasts.
Uh-oh.
What's kept you, Argus? I was just talking to the Elysian Council of Elders. They're starting to get nervous.
We're on our way, Prime Controller. Inspector Cletus and his companion are on board. There will be no further delays.
I should very much hope so. Ulysses, over.
Treason!
Stop the engines, Argus!
Cletus, you have no business here. You're supposed to stay in the cabin until we reach Porto Visco.
That will have to wait. This woman is not my fiancée.
Put his eyeballs in the waffle iron!
I know that. She's a Deponian with a brain implant, which also happens to contain the cartridge with the mind of your fiancé.
No, it doesn't. Do you think this sounds like gold?
Chew flesh from their ankles! Rotten vinegar!
Maybe she's about to have, a visit from Aunt Flo.
Rubbish. That Rufus pulled a fast one on me. We need to turn back.
You fool! Excuse me, bailiff, sir. There's something on the track. What do I care? Run it over. We have no time to lose. The inspector has forgotten something important, and he's in trouble if he can't find it soon. Offenbot, you will go with Inspector Cletus.
As you wish, bailiff.
And from this perspective, we can see why the cargo area is so obliterated. The crane's cable got stuck in the gears of an Organon cruiser. I always wanted to show the Organon cruiser from the most angles possible, so it may become a very tangible, realistic object. This way you can connect all the cruiser's sections and places to one another and make sense of them. Later on, I guess I can tell you that much right now, we will return to the cruiser. We even get to see more of the inside of it, even get on deck and all that. Right here, however, you can see the waste chutes we know from the first part. Well, as you can see, all of this is perfectly thought through and accurately mapped. And this one's for you, clever Minecraft tinkerers. Feel free to do a replica of the Organon cruiser, just as you did with the Enterprise. That's a rewarding task if I've ever seen one.
Phew! Goal! Goal! Hang on, I'm coming!
The Trawler, again, from a perspective that Philip, that's the name of the background artist, by the way, spent a lot of time and effort on, despite the fact that it is a very short-lived scene. This is fast-paced action after all. Why on earth are you clicking the commentary anyway when things are that tense? I don't get you people. Maybe I can, just to stall a little more, share some insider knowledge about narrative. There is a certain fact we learned about during our 8 years of games developing. The more you want to speed up the pace of a game, the more you want it to be fast, dramatic and exciting, the more you need to divest the player of most or all of his options. It's the only way to keep a fast pace, to dash from one point of action to the next. And if we want to slow down, let everything sink in and make the player take a look around, get them to identify with the characters, when it's like, how's it called again, real immersion. Then we increase player options again, giving them all kinds of stuff to do, baffling them just as much as Rufus. That technique works pretty well, and thus there's not that much to do here. We want a fast paced in this situation. Of course, this style also means ton of work. The number of screens we cranked out here, it's insane.
Ouch!
Yeah, this is top-notch excitement, and I don't intend to interrupt it for long, as I've decided for a goodbye Deponia, I would want a fast-paced action intro. That means the whole intro sequence is supposed to feel like an extended cutscene that is still constantly interactive, and so you can click on my weird face to listen to the commentary, even if this looks like an ongoing cutscene. Big credit to Rufus and the physical feat he pulled off with all that clinging to the wall, by the way, and brachiating along, and so what most of you probably do not know is that Rufus does all the stunts himself. Am I right, Rufus?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of brachiating going on there. Now, the thing that I want to say two things. I don't want to go too deep into it. Just two things. First, This wasn't done chronologically, but instead, my pal Pokey, the bastard, he took good care that the really dangerous stuff was done last, even if they were done for the opening scenes. Just in case I suffered some terrible damage. And second, and I don't want to dwell on this or that, but the user has to keep in mind that this whole thing was actually turned around 360 degrees. So just let that sink in, how dangerous that meant the stunts were. Ouch! Ooh. And hi! Goal! What the heck are you doing?
I'm trying to free the cable.
Please! Get off there! It's dangerous!
And here I was thinking you don't even know that word.
Sure I do! Danger is my middle name!
Actually, I meant please. But if you want to help, the crane is awfully wobbly. You need to tighten the screws.
Oh, all right, no problem. The crane might break at any moment. I need to do something. Anything. You've chosen a romantic location.
Well, you refused to go to the theater.
At least the seats would have been more comfortable.
For starters, you might want to tighten the screws. In the meantime, I'll try to free the cable.
Consider it done.
Everything could be so pleasantly simple. 3 screws to tighten. Can't be that hard. Accordingly, I don't want to dwell on that too long and want instead point to the fact that this cable is kinda off. Yeah, we just set our screw there to ourselves when we noticed it's outrun. Correcting that would have just been too much work, and we're lazy folk here at the Delic. But in fact, the cable should run below the axis, so it can properly wind around the gears moving towards you, which again move downturn. Thus, the axis moves towards you, and that means the cable should disappear down there and wind up above, if you get what I mean. Fatal mistake. Makes no physical sense whatsoever. Don't pay too much attention to that. We're aware of it, and we are rightfully embarrassed.
Huh? Hey! Oops! Oh!
Any progress?
Well, yeah, there is some progress, so to speak. Uh-oh.
What have you done?
Wasn't me.
Damn it, Rufus, we're going to fall.
No, we won't.
I'm slipping.
No problem. I've gotcha.
Stop. Before you go wild and click all the things, let me recommend something. There's not much to do here, so feel free to look at goal first. It's one of my favorite reactions in part 3. Really entertaining. Sadly, in the original version, we let the background music fade out and put an effect filter on it. Sounded more like Rufus would talk with his inner voice. That was nice. Yeah, eventually we couldn't keep it like that, since if somebody saved the game in that very moment, the game would have kept the sound settings, the script adjusted for the scene. We couldn't come up with an ad hoc solution to this, so we cut that entirely. Shame, really. If only we have had more time to work on that, we surely would have found a workaround. Now it's gone, but the reaction is hilarious nonetheless. By the way, the platypus in the background fly in an erg formation. Keep that in mind. It'll be important. There will be a test later on.
Rufus, of course. Don't you know anything?
And who are you?
Oh, just a fan. Don't pay any attention to me.
A what? A fan?
Exactly. Just carry on, will you? But just a teeny tiny question first. How are you going to get rid of him?
How? What?
You know, what spectacular Rufus maneuver are you going to use?
Oh, that. A pro never reveals his tricks.
Oh, come on. How else would I know what f-stop to use?
Hello? What's the big idea? Can't you see we're busy?
Exactly.
But the photo?
Ugh. Go ahead and tell him what you're planning to do, so we can get on with it.
I'm gonna blindside him with a special karate kick.
Oh, a high-speed shot. This means I need to decrease the exposure time.
Karate? High-speed shot? What are you talking about?
You'll see in a minute.
Wait! I used the wrong type of film. Could you maybe stun him with a different trick?
Sure. I'll confuse him with my blackout tactics.
Ah, a residual light shot. Need to set my flash to the highest level.
Blackout? You're bluffing.
Perhaps I am. Perhaps I definitely am.
I'll switch on my night vision equipment, just in case.
There! Done! Do your thing, Rufus! Man, this is going to be so epic!
Okay. 1, 2...
I'm blind! I'm blind! What? Whoa!
And... ta-da!
Wow! You actually did it!
Yeah. That's me, you know.
How on earth did you do that?
Wait for the photo.
And now you're gonna go save Cole, right?
Who? Oh, her, sure.
How are you gonna do that?
One thing at a time. The two of us should have a talk first.
We should?
Yeah, fan to idol.
Wow, what an honor!
So, you're a fan of mine.
My name is Barry. I've traveled for miles only so I could talk to my greatest idol just this once.
Well, then let me talk instead of boring me with the story of your empty life. We should use the time for an interview.
Really? Shouldn't you be saving Goal first?
Her. All in good time. A true hero must take care of his fan base.
Wow, you really are the greatest.
Did you hear about the time I saved Goal from the claws of the Organon?
Sure. The story about how you caught her when she fell from the sky is legendary. Almost as legendary as your selfless decision to take her back to Elysium, completely disregarding your own best interest.
Legendary? It's epic. Do you know how I uncovered the Organon's conspiracy?
Well, of course. You fought your way through hundreds of Organon soldiers to beat the truth out of Cletus. That's how you learned that the Elysians are planning to blast Deponia to pieces. But they have no idea that Deponia is inhabited. Prime Controller Ulysses and Argos, his henchmen, are keeping this fact a secret. And they got Cletus to falsify his report to reflect that.
Wow, sounds like you were there. Do you realize it was me who started the rebellion against the Organon?
Who else? In the floating black market, you had the idea to look for comrades and arbs to fight against the Dark Exchequer. That's where you recruit Janosch, Garliff, and Liebold, who happen to be floating past in a pickle barrel.
Gosh, he even knows the things I made up. Have you also heard that I prevented the depopulation of the Rust Red Sea?
Naturally! You led the rebel attack against an Organon blast tower. You blocked the bomb suspension clamps all by yourself, and then you proceeded to save Goal from the claws of her devious would-be fiancé, Cletus.
That's exactly how it happened. How about a little photo session?
Oh, fantastic!
Let's see. What would be a suitable subject?
I could take a picture of you saving Goal.
Yeah, but then she would be in the picture too, right? Wouldn't that distract unnecessarily from the protagonist?
Quite on the contrary. It would emphasize your selflessness.
You think so? Alright, then get ready and make sure my selflessness is clearly visible in the picture.
And now, one of my favorite new characters of Goodbye Deponia will be revealed. And that's Barry! I always thought it would be cool if Rufus had a fan sidekick, as Rufus has this massive ego. And what is the best you can do with a fire out of control? Right, pour some oil in it. And in this case, our oil is Barry, who manages to boost Rufus' dangerously high confidence to even more absurd levels. Believe it or not, in the following events, Rufus will get even worse. Enjoy the show.
Wait, Gold, I'll shoot you free!
But you're a crap shot!
Yeah, I'm a crack shot!
Ah!
Dang, the cannon's aim is off.
Ingenious! You found the cruiser's manual speed control!
Exactly, the manual thingamy.
I feel another brilliant Rufus maneuver coming up!
Yeah, can you try to feel it without making so much noise?
Are you going to start the extreme action now?
The... what?
Well, the action! A super extreme Rufus maneuver!
Yeah, exactly. Totally extreme.
This is so exciting! I see! You're accelerating the cruiser instead of stopping it like everyone else would have done.
That's because everyone else is an idiot.
And the cutter being caught in the cogs is part of your plan as well, right?
Sure.
Whee! See those sparks fly! Woohoo! Faster still! This is so rad! My coat is on fire, but I'm still very happy to be part of this. Luckily, the Organon is known for its excellent fire protection measures.
That's just propaganda. I bet my boots. Your boots on that. Hey, you're sleeping through the peak of my selflessness. Rat. What? Daredevil!
This is an especially exciting scene, again. We not only put great effort in animation, but also elaborately recorded it in the studio. We installed a genuine rotary axis in the recording room and chained our voice actors to it, one after another, as there wasn't enough room to get the authentic sound of people chained to an axis by any other means. And I like to think it worked pretty well and was highly professional, of course, on our part. And it was also a very pleasant experience for our actors, wasn't it, Gold?
Nightmarishly pleasant.
With an emphasis on pleasant.
More on nightmare.
The pleasant experience of a spinning, well, it's all on tape. We originally wanted to use that for a making of, the shot of the device, and of course the part where the machine actually caught fire. Well, granted, that could have been handled more professionally. Getting you off the axis would have been nice, for example, but those screams were so authentic and like, oh, I'm dying! Oh! Great, just brilliant.
Hold! Still!
someone leave the window open?
So the cutter struck sails, wrecked as Tony's mum scales, and not as much a whale for the long road ahead. Still the mood in the group was just super, whoopie-doop, yeah, except that they slowly grew ripe for the bad. For they knew that they would have to go on by foot. No problem for such a walk, it's all the less stressful if you sing along with a motivating song. And to emphasize this, I flood the cabin of the Coast Guys with helium gas.
It's helium gas.
Yeah! And wow! The way I took out that Organon with my shadow attack! Did you see that?
For the 1000th time, Rufus.
That was so cool! They call him Rufus! Rufus!
Oh.
Everybody now! He's cool and he's smart! It's something modern art! What? Hey! Where are you going?
There's a hotel down there.
I really need a wash. Especially for my ears.
But... Gold?
Come on, Rufus.
Are you mad at me?
Dirty, battered, humiliated. All of that. But mad at you? No. It was actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah! Something modern art!
In this particular screen, there's actually, nothing here to see. I bet you didn't see that coming. For all we know is that the Dalek likes to overstuff things with fun. It's not like them now to stab your backs with an empty screen like this one. But there is nothing here to see. It's inexplicably puzzling. Cause let's be honest, this one's just as empty as Alois' wallet. Think they planned it up in the show? Yeah, you better not bet on it. Cause there is nothing here to see. The screen is dead as Bozo's granny. The Kenny G song amongst game screensavers are more interesting. Wait against it, watching wrestling feels like an intellectual blessing. Say, where are those people? There's nothing here but rails and sky. There's no hotspot and no Easter egg. It sucks, there's no deny. There is just nothing here to do apart from staring at it bewildered. With growing anger and frustration, I'd like to tear something to pieces, throw my PC out the window as my nerd rage still increases. And afterwards I jump myself, falling it through the broken shards. Down on the street I wreck my neighbor's car, and if he dares to start and argue mad about it, I will kick him very hard. And I will raise my club and run in circles, screaming like a nut, till finally I will push off the ground. Cause I can also fly. I'm the Hulk, we gonna smash things. Then I wave a last goodbye to all the cops who close off roads while shouting, alright, move along, move along, move along rapidly. Cause there is nothing here to see.